Hello, how are you all? Welcome to your channel, A.P.J. Hope you are doing all well and good in your life. Today we are going to discuss about or deal about 10 common English proverbs you should know. Well, let's first discuss about the advantages of learning proverbs or knowing proverbs. Three advantages. The first one, knowing proverbs make you seem like a native speaker, a native English speaker. Okay. Now, the second advantage of knowing proverbs is knowing common English proverbs renders you to become fluent in English language. It's a very good advantage of this. Now, the third advantage of knowing English proverbs is that it's create a splendid impression on others while you communicate with them or you conversate with them in your daily life. Okay, so now let's begin. Let's talk about 10 common English proverbs you should know about, okay, in your daily conversation. So the first one is on your screen right now. Absence makes heart grow fonder. So what it actually means is that when we are not surrounded by our loved ones, we love them even more. Their value increases in our eyes, in our heart, because we are missing them. Okay, so because they are not with us, we love them even more. So let's take two examples. So the first example for this common English proverb is, my wife used to have a quarrel with me each day, but today after being separated, she cries a lot for me. So indeed, it's well said that absence make heart grow fonder. All right. So it's a very good example to understand the proverb. Now let's take another example for this common English proverb. I used to annoy my sister a lot, regardless of what she felt. But now or today, as she is no longer with us, I hope that I could be a noble person with her. So it's indeed well said that absence makes heart grow fonder. Alright, now let's discuss about the second common English proverb you should know about in your daily or in your daily communication with people or your colleagues or your mates. Okay, a cat has 9 lives. So what actually means is that a cat can survive seemingly fatal events or difficult times. Okay, it can survive it easily. So let's take an example to understand it. So the first example is, I had not met my rival for a month after he had an accident, but I am not worried about it. As everyone knows, a cat has 9 lives. Okay, it's a very good example to understand. Now the second one. Let's take another example for this common English proverb. I had not met John since he has been hospitalized, but no regret for that. Why? Because everyone knows that a cat has 9 lives. Means John had, means I'm sure that he had survived because he's so deceptive and all that. Okay, so a cat has 9 lives. Now let's discuss the third most common English proverb you should know in your daily life or you should use in your daily conversation. Adversity and loss make a man wise. Now what it actually means is that we gain wisdom faster in difficult times than in prosperous times. We learn more efficiently when we are facing hardships or difficult time. So let's take an example. I had been wiped off as my whole shares got crushed, but I learned how and where to spend my money. Okay, so I learned something from this hardship. So it's well said that adversity and loss makes a man wise. Now let's take another example for better understanding of this proverb. I endured a great loss in my business, but learned where and how to spend the money and how to manage the business. Again, I learned something from my hardship. So it's well said that adversity and loss makes a man wise. Okay, we learn from our hardships more and more efficiently and more faster. Okay, now let's talk about the fourth common English proverb you should know, you should be aware of. Okay, so a fool and his money are soon parted. So it means that foolish people doesn't know how to spend their money and how to hold on their money, how to spend it in an efficient manner. They are just like wasting their money, right? So example, he gave his whole property on a verbal promise. It is indeed said that a fool and his money are soon parted. Okay, it just he sold out his whole property on a verbal promise. Doesn't he have such that much intellectual power? Indeed, a fool and his money are soon parted. What we can do about him? He has no idea how to sell his property, right? On a verbal promise. Example, now second one. Example, that he sold the assets to an unverified buyer. A fool and his money are soon parted. So it's a good example to understand the proverb. Now let's talk about the fifth common English proverb you should be aware of, and you should know, and you should use it in your daily conversation to sound impressive. Now actions speak louder than words. All of us know this proverb and it's very famous. So it actually means that actions are better reflection of one's character, as it is easy to say but difficult to do. Means you can say a lot of things, commit a lot of things, but implying it in your practical life and doing it is a really difficult task for everyone. So example, don't always say that I will donate my money to this charity or I will donate this. Do it, John, right now, because it is said that action speaks louder than words. Okay, you have to do it, you have to do it now. Just don't commit anything, or just don't like say that I will do it. Okay, practically. Now let's take an example, another example, that don't say I will do hard work and I will pass in my studies. Do it now, Mike, because action speaks louder than words. Okay, so you have to like implement it in your practical life, because your action speaks and reflects about yourself more and more. Now the another proverb, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So it actually means that if you have to achieve something in the future, or any each big task, start with a small step. So if you have to achieve a big thing in the future, a huge task, you have to start right now. Each single steps leads you towards accomplishing your task. For example, I'm feeling overwhelmed by a prospect of completing a newspaper journal, but I think I should start from now on. Why? Because after all, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So it's a very good example to understand this proverb. Start now to achieve a huge task or achieve your goal. Now the seventh proverb. A leopard can't change its spots. It's a very common English proverb we all came to know, but what it means is that a person can't change its innate character, the one which is like inside him. He cannot change it. For example, let's say example, John will never stop cheating even after being penalized. Okay, now he has been penalized, but he will not stop cheating. Why? Because it is in innate character. A leopard can't change his spots. That's well said, right? Now let's take another example for this common English proverb, that Mike can't stop doing robbery even after being sent to jail. He has been to jail, but he is not stopping robbery because it is like in innate nature of him. So it's a very good example. Now the eighth common English proverb you should know about, and you should use it. The main thing is you should use it in your daily conversation, is that all good things come to an end. Now what does it means actually is that good experience eventually comes to an end. Every good thing which you are like enjoying your life has an end. Nothing lasts forever in this world. Everything is in the state of change, accept change. Example, I was so sad to leave my school friends, but after all, I know all good things come to an end. Another example, that I was so sad to leave my office colleagues, but after all good things come to an end. It's a very famous English proverb, okay, common English proverb. Now the ninth common English proverb you should know about, and you should use it in your daily conversation, in your daily communication, is that all that glitters is not gold. It's you can easily understand from the proverb itself, that things that look good from outside may not be same from inside. Example, if someone is being like, someone shows off like this, but he is not actually what he's showing or what he's tending to show off. For example, cricket balls look good from the distance, but it has its own problems. Indeed, it is, remember that all that glitters is not gold. Okay, we have to remember it. So it's a good example for understanding this proverb. Now moving on, let's take another example. Music industry might seem as a nightmare for you, but there is also hardships to be faced in music industry, right? So remember, after all, that all that glitters is not a gold, right? Now, the 10th common English proverb you should know in your daily life is on your screen right now. Always put your best foot forward. Now, what it actually means that you have to give your best and use your maximum strength to accomplish a task. For example, you're studying, so study hard with your maximum strength. You should put your best foot forward for the interview process if you want to get the job, John, because it is well said that you have to put your best foot forward. Now let's take another example. You should have to put your best foot forward while studying if you want to crack the exams. Putting your foot forward, best foot forward. Now stay tuned for the second part. It's remaining to come. Thank you and